You want me to start or you want to start?
I didn't.
You want me to come upstairs?
It's time for a new vlog. You excited, Smuckers? High five!
Yeah! Last time we vlogged, which was the last full weekend in August, we had talked about how Smuckers wasn't eating, kind of off and on, but it was starting to get less and less, and we thought maybe he had a stomach ache, or maybe his arthritis was flaring up. Weather was kind of up and down at that point.
Yeah, one time he had issues with eating when he had an infection one time, so we thought maybe he had some type of infection or something. Are you want to play soccer with me anymore?
I had said that he was going to the vets on Tuesday.
So went to the vet. They checked him over, and they said that they noticed he was a little sensitive in his gut. So they said it could be a blockage or whatever. So they recommended an X-ray, and when they did it, the news wasn't good. They said it found some masses in his abdomen. They said they're going to check with the radiologist, and they'll give me a call. They'll give us a call Wednesday.
Because he hadn't been eating, he hadn't been taking his Gabby. They sent him home on Gabby and nausea medicine, because then she's also like, oh, it could just be like nausea coming from whatever the mass was that was pushing on his abdomen, stomach area.
He had a temperature too, so they thought maybe still there was the hope that it was some type of infection, maybe causing nausea or something.
When he came home that night, it actually, like, looking back now, it probably was like the worst night that we had, because he was out of it because of the Gabby. Well, he seemed to be okay that night. He got up, still went to the bathroom and everything. Didn't eat at all though.
Right.
Uh-oh, corner. Okay.
I'm not sure of the sequence of events. His white was up and his red blood cells were down. White blood cells being
okay, yeah,
up
whichever one, yeah,
is indicative. They told us what they suspected it was, and they suspected it was cancer. So they said, we recommend you go to this emergency vet. They have an ultrasound. The doctors can take another look. They have an oncologist there. Like, so they can confirm. You know, work was very obviously very understanding. Like, hey, go do what you gotta do. So we went. We were able to get in because they said you have to go now because they have a window within the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We got there. It was a long.
It was a long. Like,
you know, they took him back for a while.
Yeah. We sat for a while. Tim Tam, he was not happy, but. So I had to keep going in and out with Tim Tam. So
kept barking on the dog.
Got to walk around the little area a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we kept looking at them through the window. I think we have a picture of it. But yeah, we kept looking at Byron and them through the window. But then they took him back. And God, it seemed like an eternity before they finally came and got us.
They said they were backed up, so they were going to take him back. And then the doctor would see him.
He tripped going back.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. The woman had to grab him by his little harness. And he was just like flat on the ground.
Yeah. That's a long time waiting to call us back, and they confirmed the news. They said, yeah, it's on the spleen, liver, and the lungs. And
it spread to the lungs, like he actually had the masses in his lungs.
And they just said due to the location of him and his age, he wasn't a candidate for any type of surgery.
Which she leaned more towards the location versus the age, so that's also kind of why I was like, oh, if we'd gotten here sooner and it hadn't spread yet. But she said this one, it's like a blood cancer, so she said it spreads very fast.
Yeah.
And she said sometimes signs don't even show up until like right before. So
unless you get an ultrasound every month, it's hard to catch this because it doesn't always show up on blood work. Because I was frustrated. We just got a blood panel 4 months ago.
May.
Yeah, and I'm like, there was no type of sign of this, but it must have just came on late July or early August maybe. But yeah. So and the reason why he's not eating is the mass near his stomach was kind of pressing up against his stomach, so not making him feel as hungry. If your stomach's kind of like a gastric bypass situation. So he just wasn't feeling hungry. He's losing weight and everything. So it was a very hard conversation because the doctor was like, at first she was like,
I understand she has to be a little hard at first because she
just
wants
very
us to deal with
cut
the
and dry.
reality. Yeah, when she left and we kind of cried and talked. We realistically going into this, we were hoping that we would just get like a couple more weekends.
Yeah,
let's
we
get them out.
We weren't
and
really asking for too many miracles there. We're just just some time.
And then when she said that, I was like, oh my god, we have a day or two.
Her concern was that they don't know that typically it's 30 days is what they estimate based on history.
From onset, though. From onset. So if you don't know, then.
But she said based on the location of it near his stomach, she's worried about
and how big they had gotten.
How big they got. She's worried that it would burst, and if it burst, it would not be a pleasant way to go. So she was saying, they can go ahead and do here if we want. We said we need some time. So
when she came back in, she made just like, now or what? And I'm like, I couldn't. When he went in, he was still Smuckers.
That's
he was still Smuckers. There was nothing besides not eating that was different about him.
Personality-wise, energy-wise.
In that moment, yeah. So, I mean, even with maybe a little bit of the leg pain that he might have been having, he was still Smuckers, and I was like, I can't. But then when we left, me and Tim Tam were out in the parking lot, and he came out, and his little legs were all just flailing. God, oh God. One, I couldn't imagine if we had to leave there without him in that moment, and then two, I was like, God, I can't. I couldn't leave here without you in this moment. Tonight we're gonna do a nice steak dinner, get him some steak. Tomorrow we're gonna wake up early. We're gonna go to Wenatchee and all that.
Picnic bag packs.
Make a little picnic. Put all his favorite foods that he hasn't really been eating. Just put everything in there and just go and just enjoy the day or whatever.
We were fortunate because it was the Thursday before Labor Day.
He did eat some of the steak dinner.
Oh yes, I glossed over that. Right.
And then the next day when we went up to the mountains, it was nice. It was Smuckers. His energy did burn out a little bit quicker than normal, but he still was walking around. We let him take him wherever we wanted.
Drank some lake water.
And brought the camera because I was like, I'm just gonna run the camera and just record everything, every moment. I'm just gonna let it keep going. And then on our phone we would record more of the little moments up close with him.
So the drive there was nice. He got to look out the window. We rolled the window down.
Yeah, he got so excited. We put his little bed in the car.
Yeah, we had the bed set up. It was really nice stuff so he can relax.
He wasn't paying mind to any dog. I think he would look at him, but he was like, which there's only really one dog that was near us, and this dog was very well behaved. Tim Tam was still acting a mess. He was barking at everything and everyone. And there was this little white dog. I saw him coming down the path, so I was trying to distract Tim Tam by taking him over to the trees, and I guess I kind of upset Smuckers because he was like, where are they going? And so he started kind of coming towards our way, but look-wise, and then all of a sudden just shot out at the white dog. Yeah. And he was on his leash. Byron had the fun leash, the blue one. But it was kind of laxated because Smuckers hadn't really been trying to pull or walk too much when we were standing there. And he just shot out at this dog and just started barking. And it was just Smuckers came back. In that moment, he came home, which of all 6 nights, because there's 6 amazing days. But the first night when we came home, he was exhausted. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, God.
Did we push him too hard?
Yeah, did we do too much?
We had to plan the next day. We were going to...
we were going to go take one of our scenic routes. Yeah. He bounced back the next morning, as soon as we got to bed. He wasn't as excited, because the first day when I was getting dressed and getting the harness and stuff for Tim Tam, he was excited the whole time. Yeah. The second day he got more excited after all that was done. The drive was pretty much the same. Lay down, get up. He enjoyed the window. Yep. He loved his windows. In Ellensburg there was a rodeo going on, so we went by the horses. In one of the small towns. We stopped at a Dairy Queen, and
we got chicken strips.
We got little chicken strips, and we had brought them food, and he ate a tiny piece of chicken. Like, it was like this big.
But we were
it was like a miracle.
Amazing to us.
After that, he got really excited when I opened one of Tim Tam's Caesar pouches.
Yep.
Like, super excited, like super entrenched.
The Smuckers in the back. We fed Tim Tam at the floor of where the driver's pedals are, and Smuckers is just like,
yeah, like, he was
that.
super like.
And I'd already emptied it in the pouch, so I handed him the empty thing, and they start licking the pear.
Yeah.
The things.
That night we ended up ordering Papa John's pizza because
Yes.
he loves his crust.
Yeah. So.
And he killed them crusts.
Yes.
Like, he killed it. Saturday and Sunday were local.
They were very local. It's really nice. Smuckers was more like energetic in the morning. He understood more about what the bed meant when I got his bed ready to go. And the previous couple days, he needed a little bit more help getting in the car. He kept trying to jump himself in the car, which I was happy to see he was excited to jump in the car, but didn't want to hurt himself. So I had to make sure I helped him in. And then the bed, once he's near the bed, I give.
Yeah, once he was in the car, he was pretty good about getting up and down, laying on the bed, looking out the window. Going home from Wenatchee, we decided to stop by Starbucks, and he did not want the pup cup, like, at all. Like, he just did not want it. The Saturday or Sunday, whichever, when Byron went to go get his coffee, I was like, you're going in there? Why don't you get a pup cup? Like, let's just see. It is what it is, And Byron brought it out, and he kind of like side sniffed it at first. But then all of a sudden, like, he went for it. Like, he just stuck his little tongue out and just licked it. His little eyes got all big. He was giving us what we needed to see, like what our heart needed to see before, I want to say either Saturday or Sunday, he started eating dog food again.
Right.
Only like half a can. Like, it was nowhere near what he should be eating or what he, was eating. So we went into Monday. I was like, why don't we do that drive what we did last year for our scenic route, where we went up to Monroe, hung up there in the park or whatever, and then drove back through like Duval and all those
stopping
cities,
at parks,
the little town, and some of the little parks and whatever on the way. We get up to Monroe or whatever, and we end up grabbing just like a burger or something because we had already eaten breakfast.
That's right,
I think at the house. Byron just randomly just holds it up to Smuckers like, "Hey, you want some or whatever?" And he took it.
Yep.
He took like a quarter of the burger. Just took it like no problem. Not even like rethinking about it. And like me and Byron both
no hesitation. Straight up.
Because it was like 11 in the morning. Like, he wasn't eating this early. Like, pulling, and I started yelling like, Byron, the trees or whatever. And Byron's like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's 4 trees in the middle of the island or whatever, and they're changing. Like, they're changing colors. There's leaves on the ground.
Red and orange leaves.
He's not gonna see any leaf changes this year, so I'm not gonna see any. Like, to see this, oh my god, we went and I was taking pictures from under him, like shooting up at him, looking at the trees. We took a family photo together. He sniffed my ear again, which he hasn't done in a while. I guess a really good ending to our 5-day excursions. We went into Tuesday. We were like, we're gonna hit up all his stops, all his hills, his trees, like everything. We're going for long walks. Brian's like, I'll take him to the mailbox. Like, we did all that like all day. During all this, he was back barking at the door, like he was running through the house again. Wednesday, which was the 1-week anniversary of
the diagnosis.
Byron took them for a walk in the morning. He took them the long way or whatever. And he just knows that Smuckers just didn't have the same energy. Like, he just kind of was like...
Yeah, he was just kind of like there.
Tight in the my grandpa.
He doesn't like you talking about it.
No, he doesn't. He was still good in the house, though. Like, still running around, barking. He was in his windows. Thursday was when he really started to kind of...
Yeah.
Byron took them out in the morning, and he wouldn't move off the sidewalk. Yeah, like, he didn't even want to go in the grass.
And also his walk seemed weird.
Timmy! Come here. Yay!
Okay. I don't want to go into too many details about every day on that, at least, but just he started deteriorating a little bit. Started a little bit with the back legs. Like, when he got up, it was slower. wasn't able to kind of stand straight.
As we went into the weekend, yeah, he stopped eating again. His balance really started not being there. He still
going outside sometimes.
Yeah, he really didn't like to go outside. He still would get up occasionally when there would be like a dog outside he really didn't like,
It
or
still bark every so
like
often.
some weird noise.
Still drink water.
Still drink water this whole time. By Monday, we were just kind of like he could barely hold himself up. He fell. And his food was the first time Monday night, and we both just kind of looked at each other like Byron had to clean his face, and then he fell outside on the porch.
Yeah,
we were both like, ugh, yeah, no.
He couldn't even make it to pee.
Yeah, like we
outside,
were.
So
let's go ahead and see if anyone can come out tomorrow. And the woman who originally was going to do it on Friday said that she could get to us Tuesday night.
And Smuckers always got up, no matter, even throughout all his bad times, he always got up from where he was laying by the back door to move to the bedroom. And when I woke up in the morning,
which he did Sunday night.
Yeah.
He did. He got in there. I don't know how he got in there, but he got in there on his own.
At that point, he needed help rolling over, and he needed help, like, at least kind of lifting his butt up. And once he stood for a while.
And as we're sitting here talking, he had a seizure, and I've never seen a dog have one in real life, and it about broke my heart. When me and Byron looked at each other and we're like, we might need to call an emergency vet.
I walked over to him. I was like, hey, it's okay, we're here and stuff like that.
Like
it only lasted like maybe 20 seconds. But
Byron was like, I'm gonna call the emergency ones and see if any of them can come out, and they end up coming out. They came out Tuesday afternoon, and
we had the door open, you know.
Yeah, we had to sit with the door open.
We sat with him that day. We sat with him that night before. Cause
we did. We kind of like had that moment where
we were all on the floor with him laying.
Yeah, and like you just tell him like everything that like he meant to us and stuff, and
then that morning after we opened the door, we sat with him at the door while he looked outside and felt
and we put on his car music that he loved, so that the woman that came out was very nice. She explained everything, but I was like, I gotta bow at this point. And, I said my goodbyes, and I touched his ear again because I love his ear. He hated it, but I loved his ear. He had this little tip of like gray hair on his ear. Tim Tam came out and said goodbye post, because she said that would be good for him to smell and to smell his blanket so that he could start his own grieving process. Tim Tam's never lived with us without him.
Yeah.
I've never lived anywhere without him.
It was my first ever pet.
And I was outside and the wind blew, and then this crow, which every day we saw crows. And it started out originally as a joke that I would see crows every day leading into Naruto and Itachi and stuff, and it was just a joke, but now it was like something that like weirdly connected everything when I was out there. That
he's a good boy. He's always been the best. It's okay. You got us here, and it was tough. But I think the one thing and the silver lining is he got to do it at his back door open. It was a really good spot for him to say goodbye. He
was born in Tennessee and he died in Washington. It's just crazy, the life he lived.
Good boy. I'm not showing this video to your mom, though. Your grandma.
Welcome home.
Oh my God, look at this!
What the heck is he digging for?
Smuckers can't wait. He's got to have that water.
Want to drop it? Want to drop it? Sit. Huh. He wants me to take it, but I don't trust his mouth.